Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have a plan to save/destroy Baldur's Gate. Gartok realized he couldn't handle the darkness of the plan and became Echo. Quinny figured out how to establish a spy network for himself and was renamed the Hitman. And Butthole made the decision to become the Forsaken once more. Can this new band of anti-heroes do more good than harm? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
It perhaps should have been obvious to me, but it nevertheless came as a surprise that after giving the Dum-Dums a quest to go into Baldur's Gate, a hive of scum and villainy, full of evil guilds, and a new villain named the Nightmare Lord, that the Forsaken would rise again. Which is where we find ourselves in the Elfsong Tavern, home of level 1 quests in Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, as the Dum-Dums in their newly held rooms have hatched a plan to disrupt the Nightmare Lord's operations in Baldur's Gate, having learned that this former unseen hand agent has seemed to be making a massive power play for the Sword Coast and beyond, having disrupted all the guilds of criminals within Baldur's Gate, and attempting to cause an international incident in Asgard that would have led to it being wiped from the map and several nations going to war. The Dum-Dums have hatched a scheme to break bad. Butthole will become the Forsaken. Gartok has transformed into Echo.
Hello.
And Quinny is taking on the new persona of the Hitman as Ginny goes and does criminal intern shit for pay out in the greater Baldur's Gate. But working with your info broker, Zabiana, you are hatching a scheme to take out the Nightmare Lord. The first step of which is to transform yourselves. The second step of which is to begin your 5 kind of major operations to break the Nightmare Lord's hold on Baldur's Gate before starting a business and becoming his target. What does the transformation look like?
Whoa. Hold on, Butthole. I see you getting into character there. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, I'm falling into the hole.
Stop it. Don't go into the hole.
Caging myself in the back of my mind.
Stop. Don't get out of the cage.
But that's what we wanted to do.
Yes, but don't you think it would be a good idea to talk to Duke Ravengard as King Butthole instead of the Forsaken? You know, if we're going to try and help out the local guards and stuff like that, that's one of our objectives here. It's probably better to do that as the benevolent, good guy group, and then we go dark mode.
Yeah, we probably should have brought Gartok for that, right? Instead of Echo?
Or, Juniper, I was thinking too, yeah. Like, sorry, Echo, but, are you cool with going back in for a bit?
What are we doing next?
After that, that's when I think the murder starts.
I feel like if we visit Duke Ravengard and try to solve his problem of he's all scared or whatever or different from Avernus, I think after that, every single thing we do will be a crime. So then we're good to go as just all leaning into the darkness. But before that, it feels like doing ourselves a disservice.
Or do you want to help a sad old man? Like, are you turning over a new leaf?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty clear then. I guess the other option would be if you want to go see what you can find out about the Luck Duck. If you don't want to switch back and go with us to talk to the Duke.
Wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
She closes her eyes.
Okay, Juniper will come out to talk to the Duke. But then she's going back.
Yeah, and then you're back out and driving around.
Yeah, we gotta have. There's no Forsaken without a murder child.
Apparently.
Take my hand.
Okay, yeah, take your hand.
Cuts your hand.
I turn back into Juniper.
Hey, welcome. Okay,
Hey.
This is good.
Yeah, this is just for
the
Duke. I
putting on a good impression.
really hate a lot of what we're about to do. So.
Oh yeah, I don't like it either. Also, we probably shouldn't talk about it to the Duke, right? We should probably just play this pretty straight. Because it's not us. It's not Juniper and I doing that. It's someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you reconcile that, Juniper, with all the different personas and the oath and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm able to.
Echo and the Forsaken are going to do the crimes, not Juniper and Butthole.
Yeah. So, and I'm generally just I'm okay with this. This is not my moral compass is like different stuff.
I kind of rather we just go on and not reflect too much because this is...
Oh, we're overthinking it.
We're really
That's where I'm
overthinking
coming
it.
from.
And honestly, like, the more I have to say, it just gets harder to justify.
Okay.
So...
Yep, that makes sense. All right, friend. Looks to the left where friend has been the whole time. Can you stay here and protect the room?
Protect.
Perfect. And then you can order, like, I'll get Zabiana to order you some food and stuff so that shows up here. But I think, honestly, having somebody...
And he holds up his hand.
No eat?
And points at his stomach.
Yeah.
And then just kind of, like, gestures down as, like, where would it go? Like, no, but...
You don't have a butt?
I mean, we can give you a butt, buddy.
You're talking to the right guy if you want a butt.
And he kind of, like, puts his hand on the table and is really trying to, like, mimic Juniper just now. Like, no time for butt.
All right.
Later,
There's time for butts later.
but.
As long as we're circling back, I don't want anybody to live in this world without a butt. It's just not right. But it's okay. Good. Okay. I like it. I guess if you don't want a butt, you can not have a butt. Okay. So we'll leave you here and watch the room. Okay.
It gives you a look of like, of course.
I didn't want to make assumptions, but I'm glad to know that we're on the same page.
Assumptions.
This guy's learning fucking puns. God, what the hell?
This guy's good. We're going to have to get a selection of butts from him to choose. When we get back to Asgard, we'll take a look at a bunch of dead bodies and see who's got the best ass for you.
Thumbs up.
Perfect. We're going to pay whoever we take it from. Okay.
Just throw some coins.
No, we're going to find the family and be like, can you donate an ass to this kind man? Okay, so he's going to stay here. Honestly, I think it's pretty good for us to have somebody just watching home base so we don't come back and find like a dagger note or assassins in our room.
Yeah. So what? Upper City, we think probably where Duke Ravengard lives?
I think we got to go as high as possible.
Yeah.
So
all right.
everybody put on your fanciest stuff. Butthole take out his gold cape that looks incredible on one side and garbage on the other and put the incredible side out. He's got his shiny armor. It's all polished. He'll put on his crown again. It's a simple one. It's the travel crown, but it's there, so he looks as impressive as possible.
Quinny brushes a little bit of dirt off his shoulders and is like, all right, I'm ready.
Juniper grabs a rag and like tries to polish her armor.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to wear your vestments or no?
I feel like I'm already wearing them.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, they were under the black. That makes sense because you were hiding them. That's stylish.
Oh, the coat of House Farge?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've been wearing that forever.
I'll put that on. I have.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we wanted to like put it on top so we all wear like the same coat kind of thing. So there's like a visual consistency.
Officially. We're
I'm
talking to the Duke officially?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not rich enough to be able to bribe our way in, so we're going to
course,
have to go through official channels to try to talk to this dude.
That's why I was thinking, everybody wants to be who they are for this.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're Chief Justice, Minister of Culture, / best friend, and King.
Yeah. Do you think Zabiana has any info on the best way to track down Ravengard, or should we just head in there and ask a Flaming Fist to take us to their leader?
Let's ask her on the way out, and then we can just start walking up the hill. As far as I know, all the richos are at the top.
Yeah.
Walk down the hallway. Knock, knock, knock. Zabiana?
Yeah, what?
We want to go see the Duke. Do we just go up the hill?
She throws open the door and does like just classic like Matilda level like legs wide, hands on hips, staring up at you, being like, "What do you mean you're gonna go talk to the Duke? You're not gonna sell me out, are you?"
I mean, no. We want to get him to get the Flaming Fist to be more active.
We're
so
disrupting the Nightmare Lord.
Okay.
You remember the plan? It
What
was on
we
the list.
just
of
talked
things
about.
to-
Yeah.
Well, no, she wasn't part of that conversation. We were in a different room.
Well,
so
then ignore that.
yeah, ignore that. But how do we get to the Duke?
Okay.
This is Juniper, by the way.
Oh, hi. When did you get here?
Formerly Gartok.
Always been.
Oh.
here. Yeah.
Formerly known as Gartok. Formerly known as Echo, but you didn't meet Echo. Don't worry about it. You meet her.
Wait,
eventually.
is that like something you can do? Is the ability to change shape? Is that something you can like help other people do?
No.
Damn it. She like stomps her little feet. Says, okay. The Alder Ravengard will be in the High Hall. It's also known as the Ducal Palace. It's in the Temple District of the Upper City. I think if you're going in dressed like this, then you'll probably be able to get you'll be able to talk to a Duke. I don't know if you'll necessarily be able to talk to him. Again, no one's seen him in a while, but
He's a bit of a recluse now, too, in
yes.
addition to all the other kind of
shaky
behavior.
I suppose know the Dukes. The other two Dukes are Duke Belin Stelmane and Duke Dillard Porter. The vacant seat once belonged to Thalmra Vathampur, but she and her family were killed by those mercenaries I told you about. Turns out she was dealing with the Dead Three, which are just...
Ooh, that's
different level of bad in the city.
Kind of a no-no.
You've probably heard the ball spawn thing get thrown around a bit, but those are folks that worship like
Thalmra Vathan, was it?
Vanthampur.
Vanthampur.
But she's dead and sucked. So.
The family
just in case we needed to know.
Yeah, the family is in disarray. That seat remains empty, which is a big problem, as there must always be 4 in the Council of 4. But honestly, I kind of respect the hustle that she had. Everyone kind of just thought she was like a cool upstart. Turns out she was up to some dark shit, which was, respect the game. But of the 3, Duke Porter, Dillard Porter, he's a former businessman, now retired. Very nice guy, shows well, but generally doesn't do much. His niece is one of the commanders of the Flaming Fist, and is Liara. She's much she's much more capable, but is often over in Colt at Fort Balerion. We do a lot of trade with Colt around here.
Right.
Duke Belline Stelmane has recently is recovering from a stroke. There's been some talk amongst the sort of inner circles that she may need to step down if her condition doesn't improve. That said, she steadfastly maintains her position and as she's recovering. And then, of course, there is Ravengard himself, recently returned from Avernus. So you'll likely be speaking to one of those 3. I would advise caution if you're going to go dressed like this, that in the lower city, without a Flaming Fist's escort, you will stand out rather like a sore thumb. So my recommendation would be to obscure all of this until you reach the gates, and then, flip it off and be like, hey, we're
Butthole
rich.
Take out his Game of Thrones cloak with fur around the edges and a big hood. Just slap that on.
There you go, like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Quinny has his hooded cloak, so he'll throw that over top of his coat and everything like that. And I think he got himself a nice scarf for when we were traversing the desert, so he'll have that around his neck and just hike it up over the bridge of his nose, so he just looks like a proper bandit.
Yeah, how about you, Jennifer?
I mean, honestly, I've just been going around with the bare minimum. I guess I could turn this coat inside out for the time being. No insignia?
See if I got anything to help you just cover it up. I don't.
No, but we have money. We could just buy a cape or a coat or something.
Oh, that's true.
Zabiana, do you have any like hooded capes or anything in this room?
And she goes in her closet. She says, "Do I?" And she goes to her closet and opens it up, and just like overstuffed with various costumes for sneaking around. Unfortunately, they are all little girl sized, so you put it on, but you look a little bit like Robin.
Well, luckily, I'm sitting.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got
Thanks.
some disguises in. That's good. We're going to set off and get this done, and then we'll be back, and then we'll turn into some different people so we can do more heinous crimes, and we'll get this done.
Great. Well, good luck. Don't bring any heat down if you don't need to, but I guess I can't believe I'm saying this. Having the Flaming Fist patrolling again might actually be good for the city, at least bad for the Nightmare Lord, which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's... Oh, quick question before we go. So there are 3 dukes and a Grand Duke normally, but one duke's dead and the other 2 are having a rough time?
Yes, correct.
Okay, great.
Yep. All right. So she indicates on the map where you basically need to go. Your goal is to enter Heapside, which is just on the edge of... just a little bit northwest of where you are. So you'll go through Heapside to the Heap Gate, which will lead you up into the upper city.
Great. All right, so we can head there. Once we get outside the building and are walking through the streets, Butthole has an idea he wants to bounce off of his friends away from everything else. Okay, Quinny, I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
We've got like 9 fingers, which seems like has a good grip on the underworld and can probably keep things reasonable. And we're talking about Rilsa Rail maybe being like we give we give her Dustbird Hill.
Yeah.
There is this vacant ducal seat that nobody's in right now. And if crime is pretty rampant here and we want this city to be able to actually like keep control on that, what if the third Duke is Nine Fingers? Because let's be honest, if you're one of these weird three dukes and one of them already teamed up with all the death gods, like it sounds like they're criminals already. Like, let's be honest. The wealthy running a system that keeps the people of Rivington as terribly as they are outside of town, it's criminal organization top to bottom.
Do I know whether the dukes are aware of Nine Fingers being the leader of the local thieves guild?
So, the guild, like literally like the guild, quote, quote, isn't technically a thieves guild.
Okay.
It's the sort of interconnected criminal enterprises across all of. So this is different than what Avalon Riker was running. Yeah. It certainly has ties to that. It's probably on very friendly terms, but it's a separate beast unique to Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
From the way that Zabiana was describing Nine Fingers Keen, odds are everyone has heard the name, but she's a ghost.
And Nine Fingers isn't her real name. Like,
yeah, but I mean, even Zabiana's like, I don't know where to find this lady, which is like, you know, it's different from even Carmine Falstaff, where it's like if you need to find Falstaff, you like, you know, the classic mob thing, you go to the Upside Down Top Hat and he'll be there. This is very much like everyone probably knows the name, but no one knows what her face is. Like there's no police sketch, there's no, you know, it's yeah, no doubt very irritating to all involved.
Okay. Yeah, she might go for that. Odds are her public persona is Nine Fingers and no one knows who she really is or what she looks like. So if she's got a good enough fake history of being, you know, an enterprising business person, and yeah, she gets nominated by us for the ducal seat. I don't know what kind of weight we carry as being outside of Baldur's Gate.
I think it might be more if the seat's kind of empty and we could make her powerful enough she could do it. Because what I'm thinking is, we can't leverage the criminal underworld here because we can't really help the criminal underworld here.
When we will, but yeah.
Well, not once we leave.
Right.
Whereas Nine Fingers, if Nine Fingers becomes a duke, then Nine Fingers has the ability to kind of influence how the law is enforced in Baldur's Gate and protect her own empire. And Nine Fingers is a duke in the Lord's Alliance where we also have a say. So we can make things easier to protect Nine Fingers.
To a position where we actually have influence over her.
And then we have the leverage that you want, where you don't have to make threats, because you could just use carrot. You don't have to use stick, or you can use stick.
That's funny. We promote her into submission? That's hilarious. Yeah, I want to do it just because I think it'd be funny now.
Yeah, we promote her into legitimate power where then she has responsibilities, which is not, I think, the words you used, but yes.
How's that sitting with you, Juniper?
I mean, Baldur's Gate is a mess, so anything
it's not your mess.
No, but if this will stabilize it, then
I feel like the city is a real like how not to lesson for you as Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Like we just want to not do what we're doing here.
Yeah.
This is what Asgard
think they would worry
up.
about us copying their laws. Absurd. Absurd.
Valid. Okay, so we got a rough plan for noble Nine Fingers.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it plays out.
Let's head on over to Heapside for now.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Great. So you make your way north through the bustling town of Baldur's Gate. Despite the rise of the Nightmare Lord and everything else, still just a city going about its business. And you get the sense that in Baldur's Gate, enough threats are kind of ever present in this city that business continues as usual. It's like unlike the tone you've seen in some of the other cities, particularly during the rise of the undead, where it was very like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Here it's like, well, I'm going to go get some bread, and I might get murdered on the way home. That's what we're looking at. You pass by on your way north, because you're looking for a butt, Canduhallow's funeral arrangements, where you can see a number of bodies being wheeled in on sort of on a cart, and there's various like Undertaker types, sort of in full black cloaks, with the sort of gray equivalent of like a tragedy mask, but without like the big overdone mouth, but just kind of like a pensive frown on it, sort of hauling the bodies out. And there's a salesperson standing next to this saying like, "That's right. If one of you or yours is murdered or dies of natural causes, Canderhallow's funeral arrangements will give you this same quality of care." And like, you know, the undertakers are putting a hand on each head and like putting a coin in each hand and folding it over, that sort of thing. Can I, for any of you who would care enough to notice what's going on here, can you roll a perception or an insight?
14 for Butthole.
14?
8 insight.
Oh, good number on the die. Plus insight, which is 0 for 18.
18. So, Butthole, you recognize this as disingenuous. The pageantry of preparing these bodies doesn't sync up with any religious rite you know of.
It's also really weird to do it in public. Like
100%. Yeah,
it's not what you want to pay for.
No, and Quinny, for you, you can smell a con a mile away, and it's very clear that this is like essentially the advertising free sample version out front. There's absolutely no way they're doing this level of care inside. This is just the like. The front is very clean. The kitchen is likely very messy.
Yeah.
So the salesperson just sees the three of you walking by and can smell your money and just says, "Would you like a brochure about our funerary services?"
Quinny, could just a second, sir. Quinny, could you get like their best butt?
You what?
We got a friend back at the tavern wanted a butt. So
I thought that was going on the back burner. We're looking for butts now?
It feels like the butts are finding us. Like, I didn't walk towards this place. This place walked towards us.
Can we request a butt and then pick it up on the way out? I don't want to go see a duke with a butt in tow.
You don't want to carry a butt to visit the
I don't want to carry a butt.
I don't want to carry
and all the
a butt.
associated smells.
Okay, can you find out what the best butt would cost?
Yeah,
and
I'll
like
go
talk
ask.
him down.
Yeah, and
talk him down. Yeah, talk him down.
I think we need the butt's internal system too. To be
Can you just
functional.
get us from like waist to top of hip? I just want like the whole groinal region.
The distance between us is growing as I walk over.
The whole groinal region.
Just thumbs up. Okay. Hi there. Yes. What's this pamphlet consist of?
Well, this is the various prices for various services. As you know, finding eternal rest for a loved one is incredibly difficult, and we are on very good terms with the tumble-down gravemakers. So we make sure that whether it's you or a loved one or a favorite acquaintance or perhaps even just a best associate gets the kind of care and quality funeral they deserve.
And what do you do with the bodies exactly?
As I said, sir, we are very well acquainted with the tumble-down gravemakers, and we make sure that they have the best quality care possible.
Okay, yeah, all right. Specifically the butts. What do you do? What's the situation with those?
The buttocks are included with the funerary services.
Sure, yeah, they're attached to the bodies. They ever come off? Can
you roll me a persuasion check? Can you roll me a persuasion?
Persuasion? Yeah. 17 persuasion.
Like in real life, this Undertaker would now be wondering, like insane person or pervert? Like, I don't know which one.
Well, we'll see.
It's a dirty 20 persuasion.
He says, I see. You're talking about some of our more advanced services. Yes, please step inside. We can discuss the rates for that type of service.
All right. I'll just like turn around and just yell across the street like, "They're bringing me inside. We're going to talk about the butts."
Thumbs up from across the street.
And he's like, "Will you shut the fuck up? We can't." Oh my God, you're so bad at this. And he pushes open the doors, and immediately like the salesman falls off, and he just goes, "Leilana, we got one. He's here about." Did you say you're looking for what, like butts? You're talking like just the butt? You want one cheek? What do you need here? What are we talking here? We're talking like the whole frame. What's the deal?
Last I heard was the complete inner workings and the butt. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're looking for like a waist to thigh.
Sure, man. I don't care about this.
Yeah, he's looking for number 4. All right, you come back here. And he leads you through a very well-appointed, like, any funeral home where it's just like, very soft carpet, the lighting's beautiful, everything's wonderful. And then as soon as he opens the door to the back, you're just hit by, like, the smell of he's like, what do you, here, you can light a fucking candle if you want. Here you go.
I'm worried the place will fucking go up if I light a candle.
No, it's a scented candle. We light them all the time when, like, fancy folks like you come through. Hey, you come on through here. And he just starts to lead you past all sorts of tables. And admittedly, some bodies are being wrapped for funeral. But a lot of them are being like packaged for sale. And he just leads you through and he goes, there's a woman who is standing over just a variety of body diagrams, as well as just like a restaurant, like order slips that just been punched on little spikes. And she's like, yes, all right, looks like the college is looking for another pair of arms. They go through arms. It's such a fast rate. Oh, hey there, sorry, I didn't see you. Welcome. She sticks it back on. Says, it's weird to have a walk-in, but I trust Grim Tim's opinion on this sort of shit. So you're looking for a number 4, I understand.
As long as a number 4 is capable of producing a number 2, yeah, that's what I'm.
That's pretty funny. So what? You're building a flesh golem? You're looking for a replacement? And she like looks down. She's like, you look like you got yours. Also, I don't know if I got anything that'll fit you.
No, that's fine. It's more like flesh golem maintenance, I guess.
Oh yeah. She
they wear the ass out on those things.
She leans over. To a variety. She's like, yeah, chill, you'll do that to you. She points to a variety of things that are stuck. She's like, all of these are flesh golem maintenance. This is a regular, this is a pretty regular thing. Now, listen, your flesh golem, you're saying you need some maintenance. I appreciate you're looking for kind of like a waist to thigh. Any other pieces falling apart? How are the hands? The thumbs, the fingerprints wearing off? You got like loose fingies. How are the eyes?
No, hey, all right. Okay, yeah, I know what's happening. You don't have to upsell me on this. I'm here for an ass. I just want the ass. Thank you.
Look,
thank you for the pitch, but I don't want anything else.
Look, we will throw in a free foot.
Of course you will.
If you buy an additional
I join your loyalty program?
Well, yeah, you can get points every time.
I'm not giving you my information. You're not going to keep me in your little catalog of perverts.
You see, you're smart. You're smart. Hey, we don't deal with perverts here. Just people who want to build flesh golems for nefarious purposes, or people of quote science who don't want to go through official channels. Come on, we keep everything above board in my shady body chop shop.
All right. Look, what's it going to cost me to put that ass on layaway? We don't want to pick it. I don't want to walk out of here with it right now. I'll have to come back and pick it up later.
Wait, you coming back with like the flaming fist or something? Is this entrapment? Because I gotta tell you, if it is, it would be nice to have some halfling parts and like just the Undertaker start to come out of the doors and things. And at this point, like the robes are open to reveal just burly, scary looking people. Who are coming forward with a variety of like clubs and maces and things.
If this were entrapment, the Flaming Fist would be up in here already, wouldn't they? And have you seen a Flaming Fist officer do this? And I just produce my hellish like ice blade from the palm of my hand?
No, I have not. Hey,
no,
listen,
you haven't.
You ever tire those hands?
No.
Okay, well,
These
you
hands
let me know.
Are works of art.
I agree. They're very, very interesting. And well, just saying, you ever get tired? You ever want like a hook hand? Or
I do not.
A spear hand like Aquaman in that one comic?
No.
Comics are popular in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, sure.
Okay, well, all right. So you want a butt you want to pick up later?
Yes.
Okay, what name should I put the butt under?
Butthole.
Wait, so you want me to list a part of the butt as the name of the butt?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we want to call you Mr. Ass Cheek?
You will never see me again, so you call me whatever you want.
Mr. Ass Cheek it is. All right, so we got to put a number 4 down. Mr. Ass Cheek's going to pay for it, but Mr. Butthole's going to pick it up.
You got it.
You're making a mockery of my whole life's profession here. We run a very reputable body selling shop, and you're just walking in here making butt jokes.
Yeah,
Make you happy?
I noticed you had a real slick operation when everyone almost tried to kill me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, at least you get some things. Okay, well, that's going to be... also, hey, hang on a second. What size flesh golem are we talking about here?
He's like, a big guy. I don't know.
Big guy. Okay, yeah, we got just like pulls out.
Is he a big guy, actually?
Yeah. He was sitting like knees up in the cage. Yeah. He's a proper Frankenstein monster.
Right, okay.
He's a big dude. She's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, we got a... Yeah, that'll do. We got a former strongman who came through not that long ago.
Sounds
great ass.
I'll bet.
So yeah,
squats, power bottom. Yeah.
You want the mustache? He had a great mustache.
Just the butt,
Just
please.
the butt. Okay, I tell you, it's just a grim Tim. She's like, you try and give them perks. And he's like, I know. Look, that's what the pamphlets are about. She's like, okay, so just a butt. That is going to be 200 gold.
200 gold and anything else upon pickup, or that's the fee?
Just giving it to you for 200. You seem like a scary customer. I don't think my guys can beat you up, so I can't really extort you. Yeah, 200 gold.
All right, here's your money. And I produced 200 gold.
She nods, gives it to Grim Tim, who like hurries it away to a vault somewhere in the. Says, okay, so yeah, we'll have your strongman butt ready to go for you.
And do I get a receipt or a chit or something, or what?
Is this your first crime?
Yeah, this is my first purchase of an ass.
If anyone named Butthole comes in here and says, I would like to pick up the butt that Mr. Ass-Cheek bought, then
That's good
I'll
enough for
give him
you?
the butt. Yeah, I'm not going to give you paperwork.
I'm sorry, you're talking about how you're a fancy business and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
don't even have
we're selling
paperwork.
body parts, though, man. We got to keep a bit of the ruse up. Did you see all the pageantry up front? Grim Tim had to work hard on that accent.
Why the accent at all, Grim Tim? Well, you know what?
It just makes, people feel a
realized
little more secure.
I don't give a shit.
No, you asked. So I just, I used to try and sell like this, and everyone's like, I bet that guy's up to something. But when I speak like this, everyone suddenly goes, oh, he's probably on the level. And I'm not on the level.
You're
My name's
not.
Grim Tim.
Yeah,
I picked that. My
That
real
makes
name's
sense.
just
I'm
Tim.
assuming your parents didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, I had the Grim, though.
right. I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Okay, goodbye, Mr. Ass-Cheek.
Goodbye, Grim Tim, and
It's nice to be seen.
nameless clerk.
She's like, my name's Lilena, and I own the place, you piece of and the door slams. You walk back outside, Grim Tim coming along and saying, like, yes, we will take absolutely wonderful care. Thank you so much. Another satisfied customer for our funeral arrangements.
All right, I return to the group and I say, all right, you can pick up a number 4 under the name Butthole when you want to get the butt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't leave it under your name?
You can use the name, I think they said Mr. Cheeks or something like that, Mr. Ass Cheeks, if you want to throw that name around as well. That's the name they gave me. I do not care. I'm not coming back here.
Oh, you're not coming back? Oh, see, I thought you might want to pick it up because I get really caught up in people's mythology. If they've got their own mythology, I'm going to end up helping this store.
That's fine. I won't be around for it.
You'd say that, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go.
I'll get pulled in and I'll drag you with me.
When I say I mean we.
Yeah. You continue on.
Your social quicksand, Butthole.
And you pass a building with sort of a large vertical sign that says Baldur's Mouth. And outside is just an absolutely adorable gnome urchin wearing a page boy hat, going, extra, extra, read all about it. Goods no longer coming in by water. What's up with that? And he's like, would you like a newspaper?
Yeah. Give me one of those.
Okay, that'll be 3 gold, please.
3 gold?
Yeah, 3 gold is the news.
And it better be news. And I'll give him 3 gold.
And it disappears when it hits his hand.
Yeah.
You get a copy of the Baldur's Mouth newspaper. It is, as you would expect, just kind of a weirdly, vaguely tabloid kind of thing, because if you follow the it bleeds, it leads mythos here, that's just everything, so you kind of have to get a bit inventive. But it is focusing on the lack of boats traveling out of Rivington. It's obviously kind of an open secret that there's a lot of smuggling going on. Speaks to the general frustration of Stony Eyes about the smell. There's a lot of neighborhood complaints about the slaughterhouse smell, as well as a couple of very desperate sale notices for that place and that other place. The sale doesn't look good. It's one of those
It's
like
probably hard to sell that place.
yeah.
All of a sudden, your
very much
marketing
like,
scheme doesn't work so
get
good.
a burger at full price. Also order fries and a drink, and we'll give you a second smaller drink at half price. Like, it's a terrible sale from a business that's clearly struggling but is trying to drive traffic. And there is also yet another piece about like Alder Raven, like where is Alder Ravengard? And it's got the equivalent of a tabloid sketch of just like him walking past a door, like closing it. Can you roll me an I think this one's insight, and this can be for anyone who is watching.
I'd roll if
newspaper.
With my 0 insight, that's another 18.
Holy shit!
14 for Butthole.
17. 15.
15. Looking around, you can see a lot of people with these newspapers, and it seems to be a pretty slick way to get ideas into the heads of the various citizens of Baldur's Gate. So as you look to disrupt the Nightmare Lord's operations, this might also be a tool you could leverage. Butthole, having just talked about being wrapped up in other people's mythologies, seeing a newspaper that is literally a way to insert mythologies into people's heads is a pretty good pull. Quinny, for you just, A, know you got fleeced, but B, everyone is getting fleeced. Like, it seems like
I'm not going to haggle with this kid in the middle of the street.
Yeah, yeah, correct. But like everyone else is kind of falling for this, so it means a lot of rubes are reading this newspaper.
Yeah.
And Juniper, I think for you, having observed Patty Two Eyes yelling through a statue, this is a much more civilized way of getting the word out.
Right.
But also, having had to spread the word about your laws and the future freedoms and everything else, like, not a bad way to get information through. So you all come to the same conclusion, just from vastly different angles.
Does the paper credit the chief editor, like whoever's in charge of the paper?
Yes, it does. The chief editor is Leonard Station.
Chief editor Leonard Station. Okay. Well, I guess as we continue walking, we could try to put some news through Leonard Station if we want stuff to be covered in positive lights. Bribery, threats, we got options. Yeah. Eventually, we just put out a headline that says the Nightmare Lord's a real peener.
Yeah, yeah. Be nice to give him a scoop on something we're about to do, and then we do it, and he's the first to be able to sell news of it.
Yeah. But better not fuck up what we're going to do, though. We're going to look real stupid.
Well, better not fuck up what we're going to do, or it'll be an international incident. So
that's true. That's true. Or you could just say, like, I'm the Nightmare Lord, and then we just blame it on the Nightmare Lord, and it goes out public. You'd be like, I'm a real peener.
I guess. Nightmare Lord, quote, I'm a real peener.
Yeah, exactly.
Front page news.
He'll hate that.
I guess so.
Nobody likes if they get a quote misattributed.
Are we going about this the wrong way? Should we just slander him in the news and just misquote him? Should we just commit, what is it, libel? Or
not if it's true. And I feel like a lot of what we're going to say is pretty true. This guy seems like a real peener.
Slander or libel? I can't remember.
It could be both.
Okay.
I think it's slander to say it. It's liable to print it.
Got it. Okay.
So you continue on past just as you've got your newspaper in hand. You continue to make your way through the streets of Baldur's Gate. You see a number of rather destitute people making their way towards a shrine, and you can see a sign out front that indicates that this is the Shrine of Suffering. There are Butthole. You're, I think, a little pleased to see that amidst all of the kind of havoc and shenanigans, the people who seem to be working here are legitimately coming out, bringing fresh water to these folks, helping get them cleaned up. You can see it's almost like a Queer Eye episode where there's someone doing an inspirational speech over in a corner. Someone else is helping with job skills. They're just really trying to get these folks back on their feet. And for you, for the first time in a long time, this is the closest thing you've seen. Well, I guess since the Abbey, this is the closest thing you've seen to an actual temple anywhere. There doesn't seem to be a specific god other than sort of vaguely Ilmater, who is sort of enshrined, particularly as the deity of endurance. But it's not here's Ilmater, worship Ilmater. It's we're giving you social services like Ilmater, follow this example. This is kind of what we're about. And they see you kind of looking, and they say, hail friends, are you in need of any, you look as though you're not from here, given your big cloak situation.
Hello, new friend. So we're from somewhere else. Yeah, just traveling through. We're trying to go meet with the Dukes, make some friends. It's great to see you guys doing some good work here. I'm always impressed by nice temples. You're clearly doing well. You have your own Karamo. You got some interesting things here.
I'm unfamiliar with that name, but if
it's a technical term for someone who goes out front and helps people with their emotional problems, but for very short amounts of time.
Do they serve Ilmater?
I mean, serve whoever they want. It's really just a general term for a purpose within a temple, but it's all good.
Wonderful.
That's your Karamo. And he points out that person's done. They're just that's why you need to have friends.
You're right. You do need to express your feelings and have conversations. All right, good talk. And then meanwhile, there's someone over there teaching someone to cook, being son of a bitch. And they say, yes, well, do you know about Ilmater?
I mean, heard of.
Yeah, the god, the suffering god, the crying god, the one who endures.
That sounds like a bad job.
Oh, no, it's an important one to show that other people that endurance in the light of difficult times is possible. So it seems as though you're all hearty and hale and going about your business, but should you ever come upon hard times in Baldur's Gate, as is unfortunately often the case, you can come speak to our Karamo or any of the other folks here at the Shrine of Suffering. Just know that no matter what happens to you here, there is still somewhere you can go where there is hope and care. Baldur's Gate doesn't have to be only the sum of its crimes.
I want to roll a perception, or like an insight with guidance, because Butthole's paranoid enough with Baldur's Gate, having seen that the funeral home's a con and everything's run by criminals. If you have a god of suffering, if there is no suffering, you don't have people showing up every day. So there's like a weird impetus to embrace, endorse, or maintain suffering for worship. They could totally be legit, and he has no problem with that. He's very impressed by the Karamo, and they seem very nice.
Karamo.
31.
31. They legitimately seem like they're on the level. The sense you get from this is less that they needed to come here and encourage it, and more like, if this is the kind of work you want to do, you will never be out of work here. I would say, in terms of whether they're aware of it or not, the only ill intent here is really like they can't solve anything.
They're not helping anybody. They're just pointing
they can help get people like they
can help them endure, but they can't actually fix problems.
That's it. And what rings true to you is the idea that, like, if people constantly show up in Baldur's Gate and get robbed or stabbed or whatever, like, it is nice to have this, but yeah, they can't solve the root problems. Not that Baldur's Gate really anyone can solve the root problems, but yeah, they seem to be doing a good service. Of course, anyone who kind of worships like the crying god, like, there's also a bit of like, oh, we're seeing the manifestation of ill matter right here. But no, you don't get the sense of any con. Also, the services they're offering are very lightweight and I would say appropriate to what you would imagine this shrine can actually put out. Like, they're giving people a couple coppers here and there. They're helping them have like a minimal meal. They're teaching skills. They're karamoing people. There aren't like, there's no finery or wealth behind them that's secretly like tee-hee-hee.
Yeah, no, they're actually doing the job. It's just the wrong god. It's the classic cleric problem for everyone except Butthole. Butthole's like, yeah, no, thanks for doing your good work. We super appreciate it. We'll obviously see you guys around. I mean, hopefully we don't need your help.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you don't, but when you do, because Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you later. He heads off and back to his friends to continue moving, and he's like, another one of those classic, they picked the wrong god and their religion doesn't make sense scenarios. Did you know? The thing is, they can help people, but they can't actually end suffering, so they just sort of worship the suffering. Like, good town to hang out in, but you're not, like, how much are you helping people?
I mean, they're not helping people who are suffering?
Well, I mean, they got some coppers, like they're teaching people how to cook and stuff like that, but like they're not trying to get people necessarily back to joy so much as just teaching them to be slightly more resilient while maintaining the suffering. It's the crying god, so like that god can't really like have a birthday party that goes well.
Maybe that's some other god's responsibility then.
Do you think it's my responsibility, Deacon?
Strength, joy, flatulence. I guess joy, yeah.
But I mean, those were Moonhammers. Remember, we're trying to figure out mine.
Then I don't know.
Okay, we're going to have to think on that.
Yeah.
And with that, you finally reach the Heap Gate. So the Heap Gate is the smallest of the gates into the upper city.
Oh, wow, this place is small.
It's a region of old wall. You can see that the wall surrounding the upper city is ancient. Like, it is clearly been there for a very, very long time. Again, like, based on what you've just done in Asgard, deeply, deeply the opposite of that kind of tone of like, let's bring our walls down and make sure the entire society can like intermingle. And this is like, stay the fuck away from us, pores.
Fun.
So
nice.
yeah, you approach the gate and there are members of the Watch standing there, and you can tell. So the Flaming Fist obviously are wearing like the full plate armor. These folks are wearing more lightweight armor, but no less military in bearing in terms of it's probably like studded leather armor with the sigil of Baldur's Gate, which is like a boat on water and a little softer, but like really you've seen the Flaming Fist sigil more. It's more synonymous with Baldur's Gate than like the town crest. But you can also see that similar to, you know, a school that gets additional funding and has better sports uniforms, like the tunic they wear over their armor has like gold filigree down the side. It's got like little embellishments. It's got like little epaulets out the side. And so they're standing there kind of like pikes in hand. Those like flat metal hats that I painted a lot of when I was playing Bretonnians in Warhammer, and just immediately like as you approach the gate, which people aren't coming and going through frequently. Every so often, someone comes through with an armed escort. They kind of do the classic like lock the blades across the entrance and say. One of them, she kind of stout woman, sort of stares at you with cold eyes and says, "State your business. Do you have a token?"
I think we can dispense with the disguises,
Cloaks off.
Butthole says, taking off his disguise and his cloak and secreting it away instantly. "Hello, new friend. I am King Butthole Farch of Asgard, formerly known as Akar, proud member of the Lord's Alliance. I am here representing my nation along with my Chief Justice Juniper and my Minister of Culture, Quinny Brownbarrow. We are here to meet the other lords of the Alliance and to speak with the dukes."
And they look at each other, and she just kind of leans over and goes, do we know about a king coming through? And the other one's like, fuck, no. Shit. Your Highness. And they both do, like, leap into the air, like, leap up, knees up like dancers, and then, like, come down into a full, like, bowed curtsy situation.
Wow.
Like, in unison. And she immediately like, sweeps off her helmet and says, "My lord, I'm so sorry. We were unaware that we would be meeting royalty today. How embarrassing for all involved. I'm sure the dukes will be incredibly sorry that you didn't receive the proper entrance. The heap gate is too bad for you, sir. Too common for you." And like a patriarch walking by is like briefly offended at this and then sees royalty and his face just lights up and he gives you a polite smile and a little bow. And you can tell that immediately like the entire tone of this town has shifted around you. And she says, please, you must, if you are to see the dukes, you must enter proper. Let us take you through Baldur's Gate. It's how the town got its name.
"Whatever you think is appropriate. We have been making our way here in secret for a surprise visit with the Duke, so no mistakes were made on your part. You are quite capable, and frankly, we appreciate the professionalism. It lets us know that this town is a safer place under your care."
Yes, of course. Very safe for folks such as yourself. You needn't worry about the problems of, and she just kind of gestures with her pike past you at like the shrine of suffering that's within eyesight, like with their issues. Trust me, the upper city is a wonderful place to be. You will have a wonderful time here. I assure you. Now, please follow me. I'll make sure we get through. Turns out she's like, "Don't you let anyone through this fucking gate while I'm not here." And he's like, I won't. She's like, "Very good. All right, please, this way. And with that, she ushers you towards the grandest and most central gate, Baldur's Gate.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald. Logan, fire unfriendly. Grandma likes D&D. Alan, stabby stranger. Glitch Trick. Flynn1138. Alarain Okapi. Schrodinger's Pepper. Madre de Gatos. Lady Maiden. Mithrian. Garbo Ape. Sam Schaefer. Waffle Marine. Dagger Rain. Rob L. Dia de los Hoodless. Squishy Werewolf. Remy Funky Head. Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky. Lael. Shulzari. The Long Family. Jordan Oliver. Richard Wright. Brittany Fenwick. Alex Parr. Dragonfly. The Body Barrelers. Megan Werner. A Man Out of Time. Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com. Panda24NN. Shendra D. Your Homeboy Bones. The Gator Family. Ellis Hatch. Odigenous. Beef Not Cheese. Kai Koa. Squire Solaire. Sandy Sassy Pants. Adam. Amira Lockhart. James Molina. And Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.